Ladies and gentlemen, full disclaimer, hair is a mess. It's going to be all over the place, like it has been. It's going to be all over the place for a while. Bear with me. As you may have noticed, this isn't my normal setup, aka I've run away. I've run away from my apartment, from the city life. I've run away to a horse ranch in the middle of nowhere across the country. And I'm uncomfortable. I wanted to do this for a while, like 6 weeks in advance. I messaged them, and then 2 weeks in advance, I was just going back and forth about whether or not I should do this. And the past few days, still going through it. Even today, I was sleeping. As I was falling asleep, I arrived and I went to take a nap. As I was falling asleep, I was worrying, oh, should I leave? Should I stay? I feel so uncomfortable because it's so freezing as well. Why do you think this is my usual garb? Probably gonna be. It's really comfortable. But as I was falling asleep and feeling cold and scared and just everything, I felt like running back home to what's comfortable, to my bed, to a heated apartment, to familiarity. And what this video is just a raw account of someone right now, really outside their comfort zone and struggling. I wish it was all sexy and stuff, but I'm scared. I'm not missing my friends yet because I saw them literally, some of them yesterday, so I'm good with that. And there's not a lot of things I'm missing yet. But I'm really far out of my comfort zone right now. The pandemic isn't helping. I haven't traveled in almost 2 years and haven't been anywhere outside of my apartment almost in a year and a half. Kind of probably fucks with you a little bit. And with the pandemic and everything, I'm uncomfortable and I'm scared and worried. I'm worried about so many things that maybe working here won't help me become a better filmmaker, that I won't have time for my Lithuanian, or I won't, the fears I'm having is that I won't become fluent in Lithuanian, or that I won't become a successful photographer or filmmaker like I want to. And as I was journaling about that, especially about the filmmaking part, I decided, hey, why not pick up a camera and make a story out of this? Let's see where it goes. And what I want to talk about, and it's something I'm obviously struggling with, as you can see, which means you're not alone in this. We're in this together. But, and I wrote this down because girl does not remember her thoughts. I was spiraling a little bit about my Lithuanian, about my filmmaking, photography, worrying, what if I never become fluent in Lithuanian? What if I never become a good enough photographer, good enough filmmaker? What if just I'll never achieve all the things I want to achieve? And I realized I'm stressing about all these things that I can't really control. And instead I decided to do something about it and focus on what I can control, aka this. Picked up a camera, set up the mic, did everything. I'm doing this. And it's fucking uncomfortable. Holy shit. Staying in an apartment in Vilnius, my own apartment all to myself, became really comfortable. I had my editing station. I don't even know my laptop can edit this. Let's hope. But I had my editing station, I had all my friends, I had all the stability and the live lessons with some of my students because the restrictions have been easing. Now I have none of that. And it's really scary and uncomfortable, and I don't know what to do. But as I came here, and as I was going here, I was making a choice. I was making a choice that either I go back to what's comfortable and I stagnate, or I stay and expand my comfort zone. And the owner of the ranch is a super lovely person, gave me all these clothes and I look like a cowboy. Now I just need a hat, I look like a cowboy, and oh my God, I absolutely love it. And there's horses here. I literally see a horse training ground from outside my bedroom window and the living room. It's attached to the house. which is insane to me, and it's like such beautiful animals. And another part was today, as we were pulling up, they were delivering a new horse to the ranch. It was a young horse, and she pointed out that, oh, poor thing. I was like, oh, what's wrong? Because I don't know nothing about horses. And she said, he's shivering, he's scared. And I just stood there like, well, he's not alone. But like this massive, majestic, beautiful animal is shivering because it's a new environment and he's not used to it. And I guess I decided to make a metaphor out of it and, you know, connect it together and just make myself feel better, because why not? And just like him, I'm scared. And if a massive beast like him can be scared, I think a little girl like me can be as well. This isn't to tell you how to get outside your comfort zone or what to do. It's more so to show you a person who's currently, right this literal second, outside of her comfort zone, recording these videos, which still make me uncomfortable, on a horse ranch somewhere in the middle of nowhere where it's freezing. And I don't know if I have what it takes to do all the things I want to do. But I know I can try. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. Maybe it's not the most motivational video, maybe not the most educational, but I felt like making it. I felt like sharing a story that mattered. Because too often we see the highlights of stories or like the really bad times, but say I'm in a really good place right now. But I am very uncomfortable. And I wanted to highlight that part of my story, that right now I'm really uncomfortable and I'm still doing this. And I guess to show you a person who's uncomfortable and that it looks okay. Not the sexiest inside, but it looks like okay, because I'm just pretending I have everything together when I do not. And that's it. That's the video. Just a snippet of someone who's really far outside of her comfort zone and is doing her all, and is doing her best not to run back to safety and to comfort. And it kind of feels like it's taking everything right now. But I know I'm staying, and no matter how uncomfortable it gets, I'm going to stay. And I'm just curious to see where it takes me. And if you're in a similar position, I hope you stick with it as well.